The Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee. Today, I want to go to a real big one, the idea of questioning everything. And that's a hard thing for people. That's a real hard thing for people. The other day, I was teaching the Five Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, and we were talking about questioning everything. And an individual joined us in that class, the fourth class. They hadn't been to the other three, and they were a devout Christian. And basically, I teach that everything that we teach could be used in any religion that you choose to practice. I don't really judge what people use. However, this agreement of questioning everything really broke her foundation down, and she couldn't deal with it. Because if she questioned everything, what could she have faith in? And so what I believe that we have to come to understand is that everything is an opinion. Really, break it down. Break it down and look at everything that you believe. It's an opinion. What is truth? The only truth that I know is basically I'm aware. That's it. I just know I'm aware. Everything else, it's an opinion. Do you really understand that your deepest beliefs are just opinions you've chose to have over and over and over again, and they're anchored as a belief, something that you naturally function on. Is that bad? No. Is that good? No, it just is. So when we start to do this, I invite you to question everything and ask the question, does this belief serve me as expressing a higher level of love, of being a greater level of love in the world? And when I have that in my mind, then I can say, oh, that opinion is serving me. Now, at the same time that I do that, I have to be able to say to someone else, maybe my opinion doesn't work for you because you're on your own unique journey. Therefore, I don't try to convince anyone to my way of life, my opinions. But yet we are so attached in the world today to our opinions, and we want everyone to believe as we believe, and we won't even talk to people who don't believe as we believe. Isn't that silly? Absolutely silly. Because it's through varieties, infinite numbers of opinions that we can form new opinions. And why do we form new opinions? So we can express love in a greater way. So I question everything all the time. When people say, what do you know? It's really not a lot. I know that I'm aware. I know that everything that I think is an opinion. It's an interpretation of the filters of my mind. And the filters of my mind are not necessarily the filters I've chosen for how my mind thinks and looks at the world. They're things that have been blindly installed in me that I've been domesticated into believing because my mom and dad told me when I was in a theta state as a child. And so I never questioned anything. And then you get to school and you're told to believe what they teach you. You go into a religion, you're told what to believe there. And you're actually taught not to question. And I can remember when I was raising my two boys, I taught them to question everything, question their dad, question their mom. We don't know what's right for them. Now, sometimes that's not good when they're teenagers and they're questioning you and you're saying, just listen. They don't. I taught them well. And we have a lot of discussions. Yesterday, my son and I were having a discussion about life. And he saw it one way and I saw it another. And we at a point, we were pretty attached to our opinions. And I finally said, what I'm speaking to my son, it's an opinion. What you're speaking to me is an opinion. We're not going to change each other's minds at this time. Stop trying. And sometimes we use the idea, well, I just want to be heard. I want you to hear me. Well, when you're saying that, what you're really sort of saying is, I want you to understand where I'm coming from so you can believe what I believe. You see, our egos want to be right. And so it feeds it. But the greatest thing we can say in any conversation is, I don't know. There's probably a lot more here than I'm aware of. Am I open to receive this new information so that maybe I find a different way of expressing love in the world today? I don't know. What's it mean for you? I see you all out there. I see Zach, Zoe, McBride, Carol, Wendy, Richard, Delpha, Chris, Sabrina, Dee, and anyone else who's not checked in. I know you're out there. I know you're thinking. And I'm wondering, are you seeing it the same way I am? Not that I want to be right, but can you understand? Can you begin to believe that what you believe is simply your opinion? And your opinion may not be one that you've chosen, but you blindly have accepted from others. I see that all the time, especially in politics. People say, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican. And then they tout that line. And I ask the question, is that real? Do you really believe that? Why do you believe that? Why do you tout that? Why are you so attached to that? That's a really good question. You know it's ego when you're attached to a result. The infinite gives you who you are. Your creative power is your mental atmosphere. Whatever your mental atmosphere, the sum total of all your thoughts, creates a frequency. That frequency attracts to you or repels from you based on what that frequency is. And you have the ability to change that frequency, and that's the work. That's where you build a new belief. That's where you have a different opinion. You're trying to actually install a different software that's based on an opinion that you have formed for yourself. So with that, this is a really big subject. You question everything. It's like even if you go to the doctor, you question a doctor. Give me other theories. One doctor will say, I should do this. Another doctor will say, I should do that. Which is right? They're just opinions. It's a medical practice. It's not science where it's absolute. We see that every day, how things are changing in the medical field. They're changing in every field. Change is constant. Think about that. Change is constant. If change is constant, doesn't it behoove us, if we're living in an ever-changing world, to question everything? Remember, the one truth that you know, that you can experience, is your own level of awareness. And what you're aware of, you're the only one. Because everyone else has a different point of view, and they're aware of different things. With that, beautiful ones, make it a day of questioning. Find the answers that best serve you in expressing a higher form of love that only you can express. With that, make it a great day. Aloha.